Hey, 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 everybody. Hello, and welcome back to Massively Overpowered Television, where we are going to be bringing you the second Hero Song interview with Smedley. Yay! You all wanted it. You wanted a continuation of this, and so that's obviously what we're going to be bringing you today. So, thanks for joining us. Hope you have all your questions and everything set. And, see, did you hit play?
I did.
You're up and going. Oh, which means it's stained black screen on me. I hate when it does that. Dun dun dun. So I'm hitting refresh. So again, I don't actually, it's not possible for me to jump into the game yet. So we are doing the same as last time. And why is it showing a play button and offline for me? Oh, is it finally loading? There we go. Woohoo! I am so excited. All right, guys, so make sure you have all your questions ready, and we are popping in. Oh, look, and now it's not going to show. Boom! Booyah! We got it. All right, so I'm on screen, you're on screen, everybody's on screen, right? Well, technically not us. So, all right, welcome. Thank you so much for doing this again with us. It was
Oh, of
really a
course.
blast last time. So, very excited to do it again.
Yeah, I had
And
a great time last time, and I've got more time this time.
yes, well, I'm glad you don't have the same reasonings for running off again.
Oh, yes.
So, all right, let's go ahead and now you were just telling me literally that you were just jumping, you were just doing a new build.
Yes. It is now done and up.
Wow.
And I started that build 3 minutes before the show went on.
So we're seeing the freshest of fresh builds.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's head in. Let's see.
I am still not seeing you on my is the broadcast live now?
It it is. I'm actually doing the same thing I did last time. We're just
There it is.
straight streaming.
Great.
So it should be showing up on massive. Let me make sure.
And I do want to make sure everybody can hear both of us.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes that that's I just realized I'm like, "Oh, I'm looking at your channel. Everything's coming up fine. I'm not checking if my channel is coming up fine." And it weirdly says, all right.
No, I'm seeing it.
Good.
Oh, they can hear
Yay.
us both. Awesome.
Nice.
All right. So I'm ready.
All right, well, show off away.
Okay. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Massively Overpowered to hosting us and taking a look at the latest build of what we got. I do apologize to all of you. I can hear myself. I can hear a slight delay. So if you hear me sounding a little weird, it's because every now and again it just kind of knocks me off my game. So we are playing the latest build of Hero's Song, and Hero's Song is a bridge between both single player and massively multiplayer games. As a lot of you hopefully know, we built a world in conjunction with best-selling author Patrick Rothfuss. And that world is this amazing fantasy world filled with all kinds of gods, fun things to do, dungeons, wizards, thieves, fighters, you name it, it's in there. So it is for the PC and for the Mac. It does come out in early November in early access. And those of you that participated in our Indiegogo will actually be in Alpha 3 a little later this month. Here we go.
Woohoo! Alpha 3. I'm excited.
Oh, you and me both. Um, I'm excited because it's fun to start to get, people that have never checked the game out into the game. I'm really excited about it. So this is sort of the main hub of Hero Song. This is where your worlds are listed, and your worlds are the ones that you can play locally. Um, in the public worlds, God, I'm always afraid to do this. Um, Toby jokes never get old. Okay. People can name the servers whatever they want. It's kind of cool because right now we're actually going through Steam. And the way we do our public private servers is to use Steam lobbies. So you'll be able to join your friends directly in game. It's pretty cool. So for now, I think what I want to do is create a new world. Now, creating a world in Hero Song is sort of at the very heart of what the game's all about. Um, you you want to be taking different gods and goddesses and choosing the ones that kind of appeal to the kind of world you want to make. So in this case, I'm going to take Nay, goddess of water and the oceans, and I'm going to take Nirgoth and put him in the underworld slot because different worlds have different amounts of gods. The small size takes 3 primary gods and 1 underworld god. If you go up, you get all of these. Then you want to change their prominence to each other. So, for example, I'm raising Silea up in here. Let's see what this world looks like. We'll call the world MJ. I like that. Oh, sure. Yeah, here. They should be able to. No, they should be able to hear both. At least it looks like it. Can you say something again real quick? Yeah, it looks like you're good. So, okay. Um, so yeah, you could put the yeah, yeah, that's the luck of the dwarves in this particular world. You see the kind of a thumbnail of the map, and you'll see a much more detailed version of it. Um, in fact, we're still working on this. I kind of wanted an old parchment style looking map, and we're adjusting it still because it's not quite right yet, but it's way better than the pixelated piece of stuff we had before. Okay, so without further ado, I will go to the next part, which is history. Now, history informs the entire world. Basically, the way history works is after you create your world, we figure out where the cities are going to go. And we figure out where all of the different races go, where the villages are, where all of the capitals and everything are. And what that means is that as you go scroll through history, you get to see these events happen. So the Elathi liberated Bylandia, a city of the goblins. That's something else you should know is that in our game, civilized NPCs like goblins, orcs, to some extent gnolls, actually have their own societies, their own history. The gnolls destroyed the Temple of Period, which is a bug, obviously. The Minotaurs seized the crown of the demons. Now, when you see the Minotaurs seize the crown of the demons, you'll see that history kind of is scrolling around to where the event happened. We don't yet have the marker for it. But what that means is that, let's say it was right here, the Minotaurs grabbed this crown here. Later on down the line, you might see that the crown was lost in a dungeon. Right here, you can kind of see, oh, sorry, I clicked next a little too fast. That's my bad. Sorry. Well, anyways, the way history works is that actually we simulate the entirety of civilization for 10,000 years. We make bloodlines that start with the gods and then the core races that come on that world. And it all gets rolled down to where we're at today, which leads us to character creation.
Now,
In our
before you
oh, go
jump
ahead.
off on that, was that a new map? Somebody was mentioning, ooh, new map. So is that something new?
It is new, and that's sort of version 1 of the way the map's really going to look. It's not quite there yet. We need more color in it and more detail. I'm not totally happy with it, but we're close to it. So this is the character. It's really not a character creation as much as it is character selection. What's happened is we've simulated 10,000 years worth of history, and so we know who every citizen is on the planet. And when we're doing that, it means that we've simulated the history for every character you see, including the ones on the screen. So let's say that you want it to be a paladin, but you want it to be, let's say, a dwarven paladin. So you just change that. You'll notice that the name changes. The name changes because it's pulling from a dwarven bloodline. Now, if you want to make MJ the dwarf, and change the name, what we then do is we go back and we simulate history for this character. So they now have blood. And you'll notice the attributes that come with them, all the different attributes that we've got are very, I mean, we have a lot of them.
I've got an impressive beard there. Yeah. The females, do you have female, do they have beards?
We do, as a matter of fact. We have female elves and humans, and the dwarves are coming. Yes, we will have female dwarves, and yes, they will have beards if you want.
They won't necessarily even look any different than the males, but there you go.
No, they'll actually look quite different. It's just
okay.
The dwarven women simply aren't in yet. To give you an idea, what they look like, there is one of our females. And yes, that little flash of nakedness that you see is going to have to go away. Now, hopefully, it's 2016. I don't want to be having us, putting naked women on the screen. That would not be good. So, anyways, you know what? I'll leave that. I'm going to make a ranger.
That elf looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. And we put some of the abilities that they have, only their starting abilities, and then we also show some of the passives that they can get. Each character is very different from each other, even if they're in the same class. So let's say this is a female Ashen Elf Ranger. Let's look for another one. Interesting.
All right, so one of the questions, somebody just asked, so when can backers expect Alpha 3 access? But that is going to be later this month?
Yep, later this month. You can expect it in late. I'm not being more specific than that because I can't be. If I could give you an exact date, I believe me, I would. But it's, hold on one second. Minor problem. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. This is still a live in development game, which means the bugs that come with it are always a blast.
You just got done with a build. You don't even know what bugs are there yet.
Yes, but I do know that I'll find all of them on this stream. That I'm positive of.
I am an expert bug finder.
Oh, I do not doubt it.
Not a game breaker, but I do find, well, okay, maybe I've knocked a few servers down. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we were playing female. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a human. No, you know what? I like
Das Hibbit asked, will streaming of Alpha 3 be allowed? Well, he told me I could,
you can
so
stream the crap out of it. I don't believe in NDAs. I'll answer any question anybody wants to know if I know the answer. So let me make a ranger.
Okay, Live It Up's question, who is he speaking with? I am MJ. I'm from Massively Overpowered.
Okay, going into the world now.
And no, Chief Sarkin, I don't make the bugs. Oh my gosh.
Hey, what's up, Chief? How you doing? So you start out in a small village that's, in your civilization's and your race's neighborhood on the world. Like I mentioned, we actually place all of the civilizations in places where they would naturally be. So for early access, we have 9 different races. 3 races of dwarves, 3 races of humans, and 3 races of elves. They all are very materially different in the things that they bring to the table. So they're not just different coat of paint on things. Longer term, we will have home locations for all of them and architecture for all of them. Right now, we have 1 architecture per core race type, like humans, elves, and dwarves. This is the dwarven architecture that you can see here. You can go inside of buildings, and in fact, later on after early access release, we'll be working on housing.
Yes, housing.
That is a seriously major part of what we do. So you can buy stuff from merchants It's very typical RPG in that respect. We've also got an inventory that you've kind of seen everywhere in just about every RPG made. We use a very simple inventory. Let me go out. There we go. So you start out in this relatively safe area, and that's going to quickly change as I kind of walk around and sort of go um, out of the area. Now, one thing you'll notice is that the NPCs talk to me, and they talk to each other too, which is kind of interesting. You'll actually see them just chit chatting with each other, saying some interesting stuff. But the reason it's important to watch that stuff is because they will actually say some important stuff to you. They'll tell you whether or not there's monsters in the vicinity. They'll say, hey, go to the south. They'll tell you where there's a dungeon. Sometimes, if you listen to them enough, you'll actually see um, them say, hey, I heard this magic item was lost in this dungeon nearby.
That one just
Oh,
waved you.
okay.
Oh, we've got a
Let's go.
few questions coming up. Okay, so the map system, what is it going to be like? How does one navigate between locations? And the next question kind of leads into that as well. If your friend plays an elf and you're playing a dwarf, how do you meet up? Do you control where you spawn, or do you need to cross the world to find them? Hey, I actually have great memories of that in Vanguard.
Yeah, it's so there's two answers to that question: the in-game version and the out-of-game version. The out-of-game version is as Steam friends, you can join your friend anywhere, anytime. We just decided to make it easy. Now, don't get me wrong. If your friend is stupid enough to be in the elven home city and the elves are at war with the dwarves, and you come into the dwarf home city, you're going to get attacked and die. So it's smarter for your friend to go someplace a little more neutral, but we are going to make that easy. Now, in terms of the map, we just put this piece in, and it's going to be much, much bigger. But basically, you will see cities on the map, dungeons, and big location names. The idea is that as you're wandering the world and people are telling you about cool places to go, we light those up for you so you have a relatively simple way to go in the direction that you want to. Now, I haven't explored much, so you're not seeing anything out there yet, but you will. Oops, I went back in. There we go. So I wander the world now, looking for cool monsters to kill, treasure, to meet interesting people, and hopefully, people find the world beautiful. I know we do. We really put a lot of time and care into making this game, and we wanted this cool pixel art aesthetic. So the background is entirely 2D. The characters themselves are actually 3D rendered into 2D with the technique that we invented, because we wanted to get a large variety of animations, and we just decided that was going to be a better way for us to actually make the game fun. So I'm just picking a direction and I'm wandering. And as I go, I'm still kind of in the home territory of the dwarves here. So there's not a lot of danger, but that will change very radically as I walk kind of outside of the area.
Can you swim? Can you go down in the water, or is
You know,
there a
you will be
barrier?
able to, you can't yet. And when
Okay.
I say swim, underwater is probably not going to happen in our game, just for obvious reasons. Oops, there we go. It's actually nighttime right now, or whatever nighttime. Um, it should be getting darker. It's not. That's why I'm seeing some pools here.
All right, you're running. Let's check out. We're being asked, okay, can you place markers on the map? Can you make personal waypoints
We'll
for
be able
things you
to,
want to?
not at the start of early access, but that's on our very short list of stuff we have to do. Okay, this ghoul, what I just did, I trained him into another person. Um, One thing about our game is that we are completely um, the things think for themselves. So if you put bad people and good people together here, watch what happens. Let's have some fun. Oh, it is turning tonight. Good. Clock's just off. All right, let's have some fun, shall we?
I like how they just keep waving to each other.
I
Ah,
turned I turned myself um, just I just wanted to salvage myself in just
oh,
to watch what happens.
your voice is cutting out quite a bit here.
Oh, it is. Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Let's see. Dishibit, Das Hibit Sometimes pronouncing the names can be a whole thing in it of itself. Will mages have any teleport or portal like skills?
They absolutely do, and in fact, I'll make a point of going and playing a wizard after this. They can bind a location and then teleport to that location. They also have a spell called Blink, which randomly teleports them nearby. It's kind of a get out of jail card. I'm totally cheating, by the way. I'm invulnerable.
That is very dark.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's very dark here. Let's do this.
Yeah, sadly, Twitch adds layers of darkness upon darkness. I've learned. Let's see. So, and Raz would like to know if there's a way to get what the NPCs say back if you happen to miss it or it disappears too quickly.
There isn't, but that suggestion has been made, so I think we're going to be doing that. We're going to have like some kind of a simple scroll back chat log so you can go back and look at it. Somebody else mentioned that, and I think that's probably a good idea.
Can we keep it hidden though? I mean, if you don't want to have it, I would love to.
Oh,
Did I
yeah.
miss that? What did he say? And then I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's easy to keep it hidden. No, it'll be like a log, is I suspect how we're going to do that. And so
Oh.
it's nighttime now, but hopefully the Twitch folks can. Oh, I see. Wow, I'm looking at my own Twitch stream, and wow, it's dark.
It
Sorry
is
about
pretty
that,
dark.
folks.
Let's see. Another question from your side. This is nice. I've got both chats up side by side here so I can follow them. Uh, let's see. Someone was asking about a narrative thread. If there was a main storyline that you're going to be going through, or if it's just you running around and
There is
playing
no
whatever.
main narrative thread, but what there is are the threads, what I call the threads from the gods, because the gods give you direction, and we will be doing that early on, putting in all of the. I'm grabbing a torch so that I can walk around here. Hold on 1 second. There we are.
See how he taunts us with all those items that you can just
Oh
add
yeah.
into game. Oh,
I'm
Lovey,
not.
I just need one of these. Snap.
Well, it's kind of fun with a torch. You can actually use it as a weapon, and if I hit something, it has a chance of lighting on fire. That's one of my signature things I do in every game I make. I don't know
Setting
why
things
I
on
did
fire?
it.
That's awesome. All right,
I
another
confess to being a
question. Chief is asking, will you be able to build bolts and sail? Chief needs to be a chief of a pirate ship.
The answer is yes. Boats will not be in during the first part of early access, but are on our short list. And you can expect them within, probably around the 2 month mark, post early access. We're aiming for housing to be the first thing that we do, and then boats are going to be right after that.
Nice. Can you have a boat that's a house?
Um,
Haha.
hmm, the answer is we hadn't thought of that, but
I
it's an
missed
obvious.
that in Vanguard.
Uh-oh.
Oh, your voice is a second ahead of where the stream is, so now we're wondering what you just ran into. It all looks clear for now. Chief's idea is to have an in-game journal to tag the conversations you want to save.
Yeah.
And Eeg Tactics. Will dungeons be fully open world? I guess the question is, will they be instanced or just walk in and...
Just walk in. I mean, you have to load to get into them, but yeah, they're non-instance. So anybody can join you in them. In fact, here, let's go to a dungeon. Or let's not.
Aslerd
This doesn't work.
has a fear that no goal will make it turn into No Man's Sky and just doing stuff for the sake of doing it rather than aiming towards any one particular goal. For that, I would answer this game really kind of caters to those of us who like to create our own goals in game. I don't necessarily like hearing this is what you have to do, this is where you have to go. And even the games that do that, I will say, I'm going to do what I want anyway and make my own goals. So there are clear defined goals. I mean, if you walk past, as John said, you could walk past somebody who says, I've lost this major whatever. So your goal could be, oh, hey, some big old magic item is out there in the world. I'm going to go try to find it. So there's a goal for you. But there's not I start the game here, and the game is finished when I make it to the Emerald City and talk to the wizard.
Right. Well, there is ascension. So the ultimate goal in the game is to ascend, and the way you do that is by hitting level 50. And we haven't revealed exactly this yet, but you're going to be required to be getting an item to ascend. Oops. See, this is a battle that's just happening. It wasn't planned, and that's just because the skeletons are um, encroaching into some of the dwarven territory. And at night, you're going to see different spawns than you do in the day. So there's supposed to be these guard towers out here. Those are not in yet. They will be standing there for a reason. But to his point, though, the goals are actually we are going to put a fair amount of easy to follow direction if your main goal is to level up and ascend. Oops, shit, that's not good. Sorry. There's no. Oh, oh, this is not good. No, 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 no. Oh, bad Knowles, bad Knowles. Bad. I'm dead. Trying.
Oh,
Oh, you know what I can do? Train these bastards back to those unsuspecting.
that is a lot of knolls.
Yeah, they travel in packs at night, and it's interesting because oh, here's some ghouls. Maybe they'll fight each other. Any luck? Oh, yes. Go ghouls, go gnolls. Crap out of each other. The only problem is the winners go after me. I'm on the menu for lunch.
Look like little Edward Scissorhands running around.
There we go. Hey, buddies. Now you see these guys. They were fighting each other. Now that's funny. That's a bug. That's not supposed to happen. A little internecine fighting there.
Bendix wants to know how leveling kind of works. How will the creatures match your level, or will there be different zones like
There
World
are
of
different
Warcraft?
zones. So I'm still technically in the home territory of the dwarves here. As I wander out, you're noticing more and more monsters like those gnolls, and unfortunately ghouls too. These ghouls are not nice at night. There you go, light on fire. The torch is a bit of an I win the game thing right now, but for this stream, I don't care. I'll take it. Excuse me. It'll be daytime soon enough, and I'll make a point of going to some of the other areas here. In fact, you know what I'll do right now? Give me 1 second, and I will.
Seeing another question. Any updates on PvP? Will there be full loot, corpse loot? It
Yes.
seems to have serve aspects. I'm not sure that one, but can we expect player versus player competition?
You can expect. Oh shit. You can expect us to have full-blown PvP, full corpse looting, and you can also expect us to do some rules that kind of make that a little better, so that if you don't want to have full PvP on a server, you can run the server the way you want to. Maybe it's just one item loot, that kind of thing. We're gonna offer different options for people. Whoa, I think I have 2 points available. I really should buy an ability here as soon as these skeletons will leave me alone. Crap, that's a null. That's not good. That was a null mystic. All right, skeleton, you're getting on my basket. Eat that.
So we're going to need an item in order to ascend.
Yes.
What kind of things are we looking at for acquiring this item? Is it like one thing we're going to go find? Is it something pieces we're going to have to slowly collect and put together?
There are pieces that you have to put together, and we're not quite ready to talk because the storyline for it is not quite done, but we will be soon. There we go. Let's get a flame arrow.
Now, did we talk about permadeath any last time? I can't quite remember.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. So the way our game works is if you die, you end up going to the underworld. Don't worry, we'll get a chance to see that. And the underworld will make it so that you have to basically fight your way out or buy your way out. Depends on the god of the underworld that you choose. Ooh, now we got a flaming arrow. So, ooh. I just leveled up. That means I get another ability point. Let me do spread shot. Yes. So now with spread shot, I can do the obvious kind of cool. Oh, goblin. Oh, that's unfortunate. The goblin netted me. That's what goblins do. And netting is not fun. Oh, shit. Not fun. Fuck you, goblin. I'm bad goblin. Okay, there we
Poor
go.
little
I'm going.
goblin. No, just-
Now, you'll notice something about our game. Every time you kill something, you don't get a free. Oh, shit. Every time you kill something, you don't get a health potion in our game. You have to eat, you have to drink, and then you have to keep your blood supply intact. And all of those things are important in our game. And let me see here. Ooh, you know what? That's dumb of me. I wasn't worrying.
So blood supply, you can't hook an IV up between you and your goblin, right?
No, but the only way to replenish your blood supply is by resting. And you can do that around a campfire or at an inn.
Your health is looking pretty darn low there.
It is. I'm not going to. Well, you're going to get a chance to see the underworld, although it's not very exciting yet because we haven't spent much time on it. Oh, this guy's. There we go. Ooh, got a goblin club. Nice. Give me my gold, goblin. And to answer the progression question, I didn't answer that properly. As you wander away from civilization, it gets gradually harder and harder and harder. And you will encounter higher level stuff. And as you go into dungeons, the deeper you go, the worse it gets. So we keep to a very traditional kind of. By the way, notice something. Notice, oh god damn it, guys, shoot a fireball at me. Notice. Oh Christ. Okay, so now we get a tour of the underworld. This is the underworld. Right now we aren't populating it with much because we haven't given it the time that it deserves, and it'll be likely after early access that we do that. So for now it's pretty easy. We put the exit right here, but you can only do it once. Second time you're dead. Oh.
So so it is perma-death. The second time your
That's
character
correct.
is just gone. You're re-rolling.
That is correct.
Wow. Can you
You
re-roll
wanted-
someone like in your own family or?
We're going to add that option. Some people asked us to add that, and so we will be adding that. I think that's a cool idea, and some other people have suggested it. So if you want to keep the MJ family going, you can.
Come out and avenge the death of your mom.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's kind of what we have in mind. Eventually, I mean, at the start, this world isn't, it's not 100th of what it's going to be. Our goal is to make it so that, hold on. Sorry, it's hard to talk and live at the same time. Pretty soon I'm just going to cheat, be done with it.
Oh, but
You actually have to concentrate in this game. Well, this is not like the first level of Diablo where everything is just, you murder everything. Stuff kills you. I mean, you just got to see that. This game tries to kill you. It does its best. So I'm needing to actually watch what I do here. Whoa.
Wait, wasn't this character named MJ? You can't kill MJ. Wait.
Sorry.
Suddenly, I don't like this idea anymore. So a couple other questions about Dragonite's MP is talking about looks hard to shoot and move. Can you hold shift like Path of Exile Diablo to root yourself in place?
Absolutely.
And can you control with WASD or is it click to move only?
Click to move only. We decided that one early on. Oh, God, I suck. By the way, I'm not just missing them. They dodge. Watch what happens. See him try to get out of the way as I shoot? It's not just that I'm, happening to shoot as he's moving. It's different than that. They actually try to get out of the way, and the smarter ones actually can. Ooh, go. Now, I'm looking for a dungeon. They are actually sort of the way we intend them to be now, meaning that they're not, on the ground, littering the ground everywhere. All of our dungeons are now different, meaning you go into one, um, and it's different from other ones. Before we had, kind of one dungeon, but it's all randomized, so everything turns out really cool because the dungeons that you go into are so different from each other. I just got to find some. They're not easy to find. This is where, if you're in a town, you listen around. The townspeople will telegraph where there's stuff to do. Oops, hold on one second. I think what I'm going to do now. Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. I kind of a submerged dungeon. That's interesting. Now you can walk on water, right? Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't walk on this particular water. Oh, that's sad. There's a dungeon there, but I can't get to it right now because there's a bug in our collision.
Oh no.
Well, that's life.
Next question. Do you lose all the progress when your character permadies, or is there some aspect that carries on to your new character?
Nope, you lose it all. This is a hard game, not an easy game. This is Dark Souls, not a
Well,
pick three.
if you did a family line thing, would there be like your house? If you have a house and you decorate your house all up and everything, or can your family claim that?
Now the family idea, I got to be honest with you, that's a new idea that I like. So that might impact how we think. At early, phase one of early access, you can fully expect that when you die, you get nothing. But that's actually a pretty cool idea, that lineage thing. We really want to make a big deal out of the bloodlines because, I didn't mention this, but when bloodlines are, oh God, I don't know if you guys saw that, but he dodged out of the way. But please don't kill me, Knowles.
So yeah, it would be interesting to receive an inheritance, even if it's not like everything you've ever owned, but like if you could mark, you know, like if you had a will, leave a
I
house,
really like
leave a
that idea
couple
a
of
lot.
your.
You can consider that an idea one to execute on. I just got to say, I don't, because it certainly won't be before early access, but I like that idea enough to just straight up say we're going to do that. It's just a good idea.
Sweet, guys, you heard it here. Recorded for all posterity.
I guarantee you the guys that are here right now in the office are watching the stream and saying, what the hell did he just promise?
He's like, oh no, start working on
But
it
that's
now.
okay. Nah, you know what? They all want to make this game as fun as possible, and I guarantee you they'll think that's a cool idea. As long as I don't promise it for early access, they'll be good with it.
Well, yeah, because I mean, that's coming in. We're almost 2 weeks into October, so.
We are. Hold on one second. I'm gonna. Oops. There we go.
Mad Jack, does the game support cataclysmic events during the 10,000 year history, such as modification to geography, big floods?
So
the flood
stuff, all happens when the world is created. It's actually how we make the world. I moved to a different part of the world, by the way, just to kind of show a little bit of difference. So the answer is, yeah, the flood stuff all happens as the world is being created. But history can do things like bring a civilization to its knees. You can end up with the elves beating the dwarves down so bad that the dwarves have nothing but villages. If you select the wrong gods or the right gods, depending on how you view it, you can end up with entire races simply not even being around. Because, they don't exist. So it's kind of the world is what you make of it. Uh-oh. I only have one arrow remaining. That's unfortunate. I think I have that goblin club. Hold on.
People are really getting on this idea about inheriting. So you've got Chief Sarkin says, I can see leaving the house and what's in it to someone, but what's on you needs to be found wherever you died or for whoever found it.
Yes, for sure.
And Raz, for inheriting stuff, make up a Department of Inheritance tax.
Yeah. The Trump tax, that's what we'll call it.
Somebody say, you guys said, my Twitter said that we are doing paladins?
Oh, shit.
I don't think my Twitter said that.
Oh, shit.
Or did... You're,
shit. Okay, folks, this is called cheating. What I'm about to do here, it's not right. I don't do this at home, but there we go. Oh, who's the man
Look at those
now, Mr.
guys.
Orc? Who's the man? That's right. That's right. That's right. Not you. Oh, you guys aren't so tough when I'm invulnerable, are you? Oh, Mr. Orc.
Oh, it looks like actually our that was a glitch, guys, on the site. The site sent out a Twitch notification that is incorrect. It does say we're doing paladins. That's really funny. We're not doing paladins. We're
Jane
doing Hero
Paladins is a
Song.
really good game, though. It's fun as hell.
I have a lot of fun in that. I've never been into those games, and I've really been liking paladins. So I have stretched far beyond my beginnings in Star Wars Galaxies.
I personally prefer Overwatch, but Paladins is fun because of the tactical nature of it. It's just quite a bit different. Ooh, there's a beholder. Ooh, not good. Oh, I'm sorry, not a beholder, a sentinel. Can't call them beholders because that would be wrong.
Ugh.
Ooh, sentinel lens. This game is so much easier when you cheat. Notice that the goblins are netting the orc there.
Be careful with that kind of a comment. This game is so much easier when you cheat.
Well, I'm playing single player. I've long been a proponent of do whatever you want single player. You know,
Well,
if you're
yeah,
playing
if
multiplayer,
it's your
better not.
world, your thing, whatever. But once you start bringing others in, then
Oh no, 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 totally different.
fairness needs to.
Absolutely. No, but for my streaming, I mean, the guys in the office joke because, I mean, I play this game a lot, but it's still hard. It's still too hard, right? It's frankly way too hard right now, like stupidly too hard. And we got to fix that. But it's a lot easier when you're invulnerable. Oh, I think I hit F4 instead of F3, which means I turned off invulnerability. I meant to hit F3. Sorry. There we go. This mountainous area, it's fun. Stuff's a lot more dangerous here. You'll find somewhere around here there's orc. There's actually going to be an orc village. That's what I'm actually looking for to kind of show you what those look like. They're pretty cool. All right, goat killer. Oh, see now we're in the land of the elves. Now the problem is I never know if the elves are going to like me. And this one they do. Um, that's the thing about this world is that lots of times you may think it's a certain way, but it's actually not because a different world may have been the way you think it is, but on this world maybe elves hate dwarves and you go anywhere near one and they try to slaughter you. So it's all depending on history and which gods you chose. That's kind of the way it is.
Now, can you, as a goal of something to do, uh, say that the elves and the dwarves hate each other? Are there things that can be done where you can try to mend that history, or is it
No,
no?
I mean that sounds cool, but no, that's above and beyond what we're trying for in Heroes Song One at least.
So you can't go try to make the elves happy with the dwarves.
No, but you can make the elves happy with you. So if you do enough nice things for them, you can change your faction with them. Whoa. So for example, if you get into a fight and rescue an elf, even if you're a dwarf and they don't like you, they'll gradually start to like you. Uh-oh.
Okay. You got a few things following you.
Yeah, houses are going to be cool because you'll have to have guards, you'll have to have stuff to protect. You're going to have defensive things. You're going to have to repel invaders, and it's all going to be open world, meaning when you walk into your house, it doesn't. There's no loading screen. It's actually live. We're treating housing different than the way we're treating the interiors of buildings.
Yeah, so someone had asked possible for elves to genocide dwarves during the life of the world. It is. That can happen.
Yes, it can.
Absolutely.
In,
You can go into a world and find that there's an entire race that is missing because of what has happened in the history. So,
it's a pretty advanced and amazing system, and it's actually my favorite part of the game because the worlds are so different as you play them. Oh man, playing invulnerable, this is the way to play. Totally better. Totally better.
All Dead wants to know if there are going to be mounts.
Yes. Not day one of early access, but for sure. We actually already have them in the game, but they're just not very good yet.
Jen Hawk, are there hybrid races? No, I don't believe there were. Coming out, you're going to have, you said, 3 dwarven races, 3 elf races, and 3 human races.
Right.
Correct?
And there are no half races. Maybe that's a future thing, but not really in our, gun sites here.
And how many of those classes, so we've got the 9 races, how many of those classes are going to be available when Alpha 3 opens up later this
15.
month? 15.
In fact, let me log out and show another one. Because I've shown enough of this. Hold on. What's funny is I could have clicked the exit button and done it right. Sometimes when you're making a game,
cheating, yep.
sometimes when you're making a game, you get used to a bug for a really long time, and then even when the bug goes away, you still think it's there. Hold on here. Okay. Somebody mentioned a wizard, so I'll make a wizard.
Oh, wizards can light things on fire too, so.
True enough. All right, I think I will make myself a nice elven wizard. Who doesn't love an elven wizard? So life as a wizard is exactly how hard you'd expect it to be. And okay. They don't normally start out with torches, but I'm going to cheat. Just because I see that Twitch stream is
black.
yeah, just compression just turns it into a big ugly mess.
A darkened elf in a darkened world. Yeah,
Exactly.
we don't see much. Matak is asking if classes are going to be balanced around PvE or around PvP.
PvE. And the way the PvP works in this game, I think you're going to find them pretty balanced for PvP too.
You don't think there's just going to be one class that everybody who wants to PvP is going to jump on?
Oh, I'm sure there will be, but our goal is to keep it fair, so we'll be balancing as we do that. But some classes are designed to be harder to play, for example. So a good example of that is a witch. Witch is a multiplayer only class because it requires other people. The way our witches work, you actually need a coven, and there has to be more than one witch in order for their powers to even work. So we wanted some really unique kind of classes.
Well, does that include in your group while you're walking around? There has to be more than one witch in the group?
If you want to use the powers, yeah. And it doesn't have to be a group. You can hire a hireling to be there as well.
Oh, wow. Oh, hirelings. Every time you run down, your torch looks like a smiley face.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of funny. This perspective brings some interesting graphical challenges with it. Right now, too, the bigger cities, it's so annoying that there need to be more breaks in the walls. They'll walk too much.
I need to be able to hop the wall.
Yeah, some of the guys have asked for that too, but it's not the kind of game that really lends itself well to wall hopping, since it's not WASD controls.
True. So, do wizards use pool resources like mana, or are there regents as well for spells to go off?
So that wizards specifically use mana. Alchemists use regents. Um, and so the wizards specifically, they use the mana here. And let me see if I've got any ability points. No, I haven't raised a level yet. As soon as I do, I'll show you. In fact, here, let me cheat a little.
Give yourself some experience.
Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll choose Blink. And what do I want? Let me go with
Dragont
Frostbolt.
wants a necromancer and a death knight with undead pets.
We have necromancers, and our undead knight is called the Dreadlord, and they are in the game.
Do they have undead pets?
Um, they have wolves as pets, so not undead, but that's kind of a good idea. Ooh,
Inbred Jed. So yeah, we were talking about three types of each race and the difference between them. Well, I know, for elves, yeah, there are many different
oh,
elves. You've got this one's a dark elf. I believe he's called an ash elf. Then there are lighter elves.
yeah. Well, so
So the question he's wanting to know specifically, like, what are
the
different
fell's
types of
pissed off because I shot
dwarves?
him. Oh shit!
Well, you
Sorry.
shouldn't shoot the other elves.
No, it was combat. It just happened. I feel so guilty. It
Oh,
passed though.
he's coming at you now.
Check this. Here's a blink spell. Yep.
Now, my very important question, is there going to be a dedicated screenshot key?
Yes, I'll put one in. That's a good idea.
I need that screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Or actually, though, if you're getting it through Steam, then I guess you
You
got it
can
as
use the
well.
screen.
So,
Yeah, you got that anyways. But now we'll put it in the game.
so how about crafting?
Oh, well, let's take a look at crafting right
Let's.
after I kill this beastly orc here. Hold on. This is how our crafting works. So you start out with some recipes, and as you adventure through the game, you'll actually find more, including some very rare ones. So you can craft some of the best stuff in the game by design, and you can do it early too. So this bone stuff, for bone gauntlets, all you gotta do is kill skeletons enough, and you'll get the broken bones. It's pretty cool.
So you can
And
craft right from this interface wherever you are. You don't have to go back to crafting stations
we
or.
will have crafting stations as well for bigger things, but
Ah,
the smaller things, you can anything you can craft, by yourself from your inventory comes up here, and then as you go near crafting stations, it works very similar to Minecraft, without the need to drag stuff into particular slots. We don't do that. We want to make it more Terraria style. So what we've done is we've actually made it so that it's just simple right from the beginning. So if you want to make bandages, all you got to do is find some cloth, boom, you make it, and it just goes right into your inventory. And the crafting stations simply allow you to craft bigger things. And your recipe list changes when you're near a crafting station.
will
Simple
you
as
be
that.
making crafting stations? Put them in your house or anything, or are they
Yes.
just in
And
town?
in fact, housing Terraria really is the model to. Oh God, I forgot. I'm the wizard. Remember that? Oh, row.
So housing's gonna be modeled like Terraria.
Yes, that's exactly what it's modeled after, including the ability to attract NPCs. But the main thing that it's like about Terraria is that you have to defend your house. God damn it.
So a couple of important questions, comments. Chief is noted, of course. Please make a hide UI button for the screenshots. That, of
Oh, good
course, is
point, Chief.
nice.
We will do that.
And over here we have. Will allies forgive you after a time after you've hit them? If you don't kill them, you run away, you come back.
They will.
All right.
To an extent. I think if you kill somebody in front of them, I don't think they will. But if you only wound somebody, that's a different story.
And can you bribe them by bringing them a beer or something?
I'm sorry, can you what?
Can you bribe them to be happier with you if you bring them a beer or
No, but you can do that. That is exactly how you do the quests in our game. So quests in our game aren't like other kind of MMO style games. They are much more Zelda style, where cool here. Um, God, I hate this bug. It's driving me crazy. I can't go on certain parts of water, but I can go on other parts. And notice that they're fighting each other. Again, that shouldn't be happening. It's kind of fun to watch, though. It's happening because of the fact that one of them hit the other in combat, and we have it set a little too sensitive right now.
no, I got that kill. No, I did. No, I did. It was my kill. And now once these NPCs are dead, they're dead and out of the game, right?
That's correct. And you'll notice all of our NPCs have names. And again, those names go back in bloodlines. So the reason that matters is they end up with um, different abilities and completely different ways to go. Uh-oh. Okay, now this is interesting. The Analathi and the humans don't like each other in this one. That's why they're fighting. That's kind of funny.
This is a most auspicious turn of events. Aha.
Yeah, some of that they're
Fight me,
spouting off
human?
a little too much right now. See, I'm headed south for Calderson. If you follow these people, they're going somewhere. They don't just walk around aimlessly, including the Michael Jackson fan over here, both of them. I think their animations are actually backwards. I think they were just put in backwards. So they're kind of moonwalking backwards.
Let's see. Mad Jack, can enemies
Oh,
attack your
what did I
house
do?
while you're
Oh,
offline if the server is online?
um, can your character be attacked? I'm not sure I understand
No,
the
can
question.
enemies attack the house if you are
Yes,
currently offline?
but we're going to make it so that it'll only decay slowly. So you're never going to walk back to your house, it's gone. It may be messed up a little bit, but not gone. You won't do that.
Chief Sarkin, I really like that they fight each other under the right circumstances. Please make that a feature that when the players can try and figure out the right reasons and instigate confusion and dissent.
That's actually our goal.
He's
Our
definitely
goal
thinking
is
like
to
a
make it
pirate.
so that our spell assortment is filled with things like mezzes and charms. So, for example, I think if I can, let me see if I've got charm even available to me now. I may not. Yeah, I'm not high enough level. Let's see if. Yeah, they took it off. Bummer. I'm going to miss that. Here, let's do this one. There's a fun one. This is a short range thing. It's kind of fun. It's called Fan of Flames. When I'm fighting, I can kind of nuke just about anything in front of me, but it's expensive.
All right. Age Myth asked about concepts like soulbound items and can items be deconstructed or disenchanted, broken into pieces? Items that
So
you find.
you cannot, there's no concept of soulbound in this game. In fact, it's kind of a very unique game in that if I find a very high level item, I can use it, period. We decided early on that we wanted to allow that. You know, a lot of games will level restrict it. We decided, screw that. Like, if you happen upon the Rod of Death and it kicks ass, good for you. But, you know, getting the Rod of Death is not exactly going to be easy to begin with. They're talking way too much here during combat. That's annoying right there. To have them tone that down. Dave, if you're watching this, please tone that down a bit.
Only one line of smack talk in between.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little less than that.
Other question: when loot drops from something, is there a timer of where it's locked to you to pick up, or
Nope.
can other people come by the minute you kill it and grab it?
Yep. They can grab it. I'm not saying that's how it's going to stay. I'm saying that's how we're launching. Um, I mean, the problem is I'm probably putting my own taste a little too much in front of our players on that one. Like for me, I love, you know, the Jungle Law. I think that's a far better game, but that's just me. I also like Shadowbane. What can I say? Um, Man, they are really like going at it. Yeah, man, this is awesome. So the Tanab are this desert dwelling race that actually, as time goes on, we're going to be adding this feature. They only live for a year because in our game you actually age, um, and they live for a year, so your body gets taken back to the Well of Souls if you stay long enough.
Really? So I mean, your character's not going to be indefinite anyway. He can age right on out
Well,
of the game.
no, not exactly. What ends up happening is you're reborn, but you're reborn differently than you were there. You still keep your same skills and stuff, but you're reborn into a different body. Oh,
So reincarnation and family line. See, it'd
yep.
be a fun combo.
Well, we wanted the your age to matter because the goal is that like as you're adventuring, let's say to get to level 25 might take you a year of game time, not real lifetime. That might be 2 weeks, but our goal is to get it so that it's at least you're getting a good run with it, and then you get to do it again. Oh,
Okay. Is there a weight mechanic? So are you limited by how much you can carry?
um, we decided early on that there would be. It is not in the game yet, but we do plan on doing that.
I can't believe this question didn't come up earlier somewhere. Can you become a vampire?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. There you go, guys.
Or a werewolf. They are floating around.
All right. So Feebless, Febless, you can be a vampire or a werewolf. You have to figure out how.
Well, this is not like it is in Skyrim. So don't get too excited about it because it's not a good thing in our game. Um,
Oh.
so you change into a werewolf at the time of our choosing, not yours. So basically, the full moon comes out, you change. It ain't an option. All your shit drops to the ground right where you are,
Oh.
and you have no choice. You have a limited amount of time to kill something and drink its blood. So, and if you're a vampire, guess what? You can't go out during the day or you die. So you have to stay in a dungeon inside a house. Yeah, you actually have to do that.
Mad Jack wants to be a were-sheep. Forget
A
about
weird.
werewolf. He wants to be a were-sheep.
Well, we are going to enable modding, so maybe when it's after the game is released and mods are in, then you can be a were sheep if you want. You can make it all by yourself. I'm very excited about that.
Let's see. Do items stay on the ground until they're picked up, or will they eventually despawn?
So right now they stay on the ground until they're picked up, but we are going to have to make it so eventually they'll despawn because otherwise you can get the server performance brought to its knees.
And then, can you decorate your house with items you found? And if so, can you break into others' houses and steal them? That was one of
So
my favorite decorating things in Star Wars Galaxies. You pick up a broken comm link, you can lay that on the table in your house as a broken comm link as something to
that's
decorate
exactly
with.
what we want to do.
So once you've picked it up, then
There's
if you
going to
put
be
it in your
decorating
house,
items that you can
okay.
either create as a recipe or buy. Um, and once it's in your house, it'll stay there. You can, play with it, have a good time with it.
But not necessarily something you pick up. Like if you pick up an awesome looking scythe of beheading,
Yeah,
you
you can do that too. You can put it on the ground in your house. That's fine. We'll also have trunks and stuff. That's kind of the idea of them.
but that wouldn't be able to display this awesome looking thing if it's locked away in a trunk.
No, no, no. For now, it's gonna just be you display it by just leaving it out. But eventually, we'll get a nice display case. We'll do things like that because we want that too.
Ah, nice. Now, so I have to ask this: is decorating going to be kind of hook based, or are you just going to be able to set things wherever up along a wall, on the floor?
I want to make it so that it's completely freeform. I'm not going to make that promise just now because it is going to be about the tech that we need to make. But I think all of us have freeform in mind, not just like slot based. You can put a picture on this wall. No, it's not like that. It wouldn't be any fun. If people want to be hoarders, let them be hoarders. Ooh, look at this, a dungeon entrance that isn't underwater. Hey, ooh, and guarded by the cancer elf. Whoa, okay.
I
They're,
think
no, nobody's supposed to be bald.
I think we someone asked this last time. Will Windows
This
servers
isn't
be
gonna
only
go well.
Windows based or Linux servers be available at some point?
We'll be supporting, well, Windows servers primarily, but we will be supporting um, headless Windows servers, and we may support the server side being Linux. We will not support Linux on the client, though. Okay, I'm going to go in here. It's not going to go well. I'm going to die very fast. I know that's quite the sales job. Oh, shit, a troll. See what I mean? Shit, shit, shit. Roll, roll. Oh, good.
Kornmeister's asking, is the day-night cycle, what is it set at, and is it different for each world? Can that be set differently?
Yes, it can be set differently, and we're going to that is one of the server things we're going to let people do. Oh, boy. Goddamn, fools are tough.
Tarantino wants to see how to build a house, but I don't think the housing is in
No,
at the
no, it's not
moment.
in yet. It's not coded yet. It's not started yet. I don't want to give any false impressions of stuff that isn't finished. Okay, this is not good. I am not doing well.
So Titus, yeah, if you're a werewolf and you drop your stuff when you turn, then others can pick up your stuff, or if you don't come back and get it,
Uh-oh. See, I'm bleeding now.
you're
You see
gonna
the
lose.
blood?
Yeah, you're spurting all over the place.
This is not good. There's no safe place in here, unfortunately.
So yeah, you could lose your stuff. So as Smedley said, you guys turning into a werewolf is not exactly a great thing, and it can be quite detrimental to your character. Nope, someone's excited about hoarding.
If somebody's excited about hoarding, I don't want to see their house. Or maybe I do, actually. Depends on what they're hoarding.
Are dungeons procedurally generated like the world, or are they static? This is from
Oh,
Collected.
no, no. They're procedurally generated. And that's what makes it fun because the layouts are different. And we haven't even started on traps and all the pit stuff we're putting in. Dungeons are not just going to be about killing stuff. There's going to be all kinds of traps and stuff. It's going to be a lot about dodging things, you know, spike traps, flame throwing traps, that kind of stuff. I can't wait till we get to that. Ooh, shit. We just haven't yet. So I think I'm going to cheat. I mean, don't do this at home, kids.
Two class questions, one from each side. Dragonite asks if pet classes are playable right now. Are any
They
of the
are.
pet classes playable right now? Which ones? So
Are.
was
One of
the
them, one of
Dreadlord?
them in particular, the Beastmaster, unfortunately, the number one Beastmaster skill is not working right now, which is tame. So I can play a Beastmaster, but I can't do the tame. As soon as I can, and that should be this week, I will do another. I'll tell you what, the next time I stream, whether by myself or even on this, I will stream a Beastmaster. And Beastmaster, you can think of them as WoW hunters, which is kind of really the design of them. They're ranged class with the ability to tame a pet. There are also summoning classes that can summon pets. Um, and in fact, witches are one of those. They actually have familiars. Very, very traditional. Oh shit.
Taming. All right, I know what class I might be going for.
Actually, I'm the same way. I happen to be a hunter in WoW, and I love playing with pet classes. Always have.
Let's see. And then Epical Penguin. Do any classes like Thief or Assassin have the ability to go invisible, sneak?
Absolutely. In fact, tell you what, thank you for asking that, and I will log in and play one.
All right. And oh, someone also wants to see a bard. And did Patrick R have any input on the bard class design, or is that on any class design? I'm not exactly sure if he.
Oh God, yeah. So the way we did our design calls with him and Ben, or him and Co, um, he had an enormous amount of input on these things, um, in a very cool way too, because it's very much like creating a D&D campaign. That's kind of how we did this. We created the world. That's what we focused on, and we also focused on, okay, how is our version of a bard or how is our version of a priest going to be different than sort of everything that's come before us? You don't want everything to be different, but you want some things to be different. Let me go for a thief. And I'll make a human thief this time. There we go. There we are. Ooh, okay.
Two people, Snores a Lot and MQ Josh, want to know, can you play with a controller?
You will be able to, not at early access launch. In fact, I'm going up to Steam Dev Days, and we're going to definitely be supporting Steam Controller, and I want to support other game controls. It's going to come a little later because it's not particularly easy to do that in a game like this, and the controls will be similar to Diablo 3 on the consoles in that case. So I'm a thief. Let me level up a bit.
With glowy eyes, man. Look at that.
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny is that's actually a bug that we just have decided, the heck with it. Let's leave it in there.
Can you imagine that coming out of the darkness at you? That would be more terrifying, I think.
Oh
Just
yeah,
the
well it's just
eyes.
kind of fun. I sort of like it. Whoo, whoo.
EMQ Josh. Okay. I don't know. Hey. Pronouncing your guys' names is an exercise in linguistics, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's always fun, huh? Oh, you guys probably can't see shit. I'm sorry about that. I forgot about my torch. Here,
Well,
I'll
we're
put a
not
campfire.
supposed to be able to see you, right?
Yeah,
It's okay.
sorry. I mean, you can actually see this on my monitor. It's just the with compression, it looks like shit on Twitch stream. Sorry, guys, I cuss a lot. I apologize.
Yeah, no, I did notice. It actually looked like I could see the grass, the environment right through him
I'm sure there's
when he was in
plenty of bugs.
Invis. I don't know if that was a bug or if that was,
Oh yeah, yeah, that was I vanished here.
yeah, that kind of like I had forgotten how incredible the stealth was in Lord of the Rings Online, where you actually, you know, you actually disappear on your own screen as well as others into this faint outline.
Yeah, that's what we have. When you disappear.
See, look at that. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Hopefully, you can see that.
I can. Yeah. Well, if I can, they can. So hopefully.
You'll notice they kind of band together at night too. It's sort of fun. Let me see if I can throw a torch down here. You
Oh,
can, by the way, you can make torches. Just simply, all you gotta do is um, kill a few things to get some wood, and pretty soon you'll be able to just pick it up off the ground. Right now, all of our crafting stuff comes from kills, and that's about to change.
no. So you can't punch the trees down or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna make it so that there'll be like driftwood laying on the ground. In 2D, it's not as easy to do the tree cutting thing. We're going to do it, but yeah, it's going to take a little time because it means we have to mix some 2D trees and some 3D trees. Um, that is in our sort of longer term, but not in our short term plans.
EMQ Josh says it seems like the game is 20% done and 100% awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot further done than that actually. We're in Alpha 2 ourselves. All the key features are in for what we're going to have for early access. Now, don't get me wrong. With housing, that's going to add another huge component. So, if you look at it from the perspective of what it's going to be when it's done, I would say it's closer to, you know, let's call it 40%. In terms of what we're ready for early access, this build is in a few weeks we'll be ready for it, and this is definitely not a good thing.
Can you go invisible while you're holding a torch?
Oh, I shouldn't be able to. I bet I can. Oh, look at that. They know who I am. Good, it works the way it's supposed to. Which makes me happy and
It's
surprised.
like, hi, you can't see me. I'm just a glowing ball of light over here. Let's see, any plans on having fun PvP modes like capture the flag?
Not at launch. Not it's not even in our on our radar. But we could add that if people want it. See, I'm bleeding now, and that's not good.
And Tarantino is hoping to see the Bard
The Bard
still.
is not ready to show yet. I'm not proud enough of that. It's
Okay.
close, but we still have some effects work to do for it. But it's a very EverQuest style Bard. Is probably the best way to put it. And that might have something to do with the fact that the lead designer of EverQuest and the creative director of EverQuest 2 work here. So yeah, they very much are in the mold of EverQuest parts. That Noel is really following my ass.
And Silent Wolf is asking if there are any plans for consoles.
Yes, we want to take it to console, but it's all going to depend on how we do on the PC. Obviously, it's this is a new world for me in particular. I've been making bigger games for many years. As an indie, you know, our even if the game is awesome, we still have a lot of work to do to get it sold. So, assuming it sells even halfway decently, we're absolutely going to do console versions. I want to do an iPad version, probably not a mobile. I think, you know, iPhone are a bit too small, and maybe the Note 7 could play it if it wasn't lighting on fire, but really our thing. Hey guys, it's getting on a little late for me. I've got to get a couple things ready before my flight.
Oh, yeah,
There's a
let's not make you
yeah.
miss your flight. So, all right, guys, I know there were some questions we didn't get to because there were a lot of good questions through both sides, but we will hopefully do this again as well.
Yeah, this is fun. And in fact, next time I'll commit to you doing it.
Oh,
Because I,
nice.
I think by next week I'll be ready to start sending stuff out to some of the press to just try it out on their own. It won't be, done or anything, but what the heck.
Now, this I do want to know. Someone else mentioned this. Are the mobs following your trail of blood? Or
They will be. They are not yet, but that is on our very short list because that's part of the fun of blood. We want to make it so that they can follow it. But if
oh
you'll notice, it
man.
disappears after a while. Um, and one of the things we need to do is leave down these invisible breadcrumbs because we can't leave decals on the ground too long because after a while the performance gets bad.
Mhm.
By the way, notice I'm at what 66% blood. If I don't stop this bleeding, I will die of exsanguination. Notice my hit points. Uh,
They're pretty
okay, that
low.
was bad time. They're really low now, especially now that I've died.
Oh no.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
And the Indie Tavern, will the game be available early access via Steam? I
Yeah,
believe
that's
so.
that's
That's
for sure where you're going to be able to get it.
we had a
Um,
where you could like it. Let me see if I can go all the way up and find that. I'll put the link in for you guys,
Thank you.
where you can say that you put it on your wish list in Steam. So it'll take me a minute to. Ooh, here we go. Had to scroll wow, I had to scroll up to noon for that basically. But we don't want to keep you anymore because missing flights really sucks. I know that.
Thank you guys for watching, and MJ, thank you for hosting this. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, and thank you so much for coming on. Again,
Oh,
it's
I'm happy
awesome
to.
learning more about the game. It was great seeing so much more. It really is developing along nicely. So, if you guys are interested in it, you want to show some support to the game, then definitely add it to your Steam wish list. That's a show Steam that people are interested in it. And of course, keep up with us on massivelyop.com. Watch our stream schedule. Can follow on Twitter, and then you'll hear all this stuff that the news is coming out about the game. You'll know when we're doing our streams, and that way you'll also know next time we get together and do a duo stream. So Thank you all so much for coming in and watching, keeping this fun and interesting. And thank you very much, John, for coming and being a part of our stream.
My pleasure.
All
Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later, MJ.
Have a great Monday, everyone. Bye. Or Tuesday? Monday? I don't even know. Have a good one.